Wesley Shine. Shine, drop step, turnaround, jumper
to Scott. Scott throws it down with a right-hand slam. Kept alive by Landisburg, tips it ahead to Farrakhan. He's going to throw it down with a one-hand jam. Cavalier Sports Weekly is brought to you by Geico, the Virginia Athletics Foundation, the Virginia Lottery, and by UVA Health Systems.
On this edition of Cavalier Sports Weekly,
this is who you get down on your knees and pray that your daughter brings home someday.
Here's the handoff. Payne goes airborne, reaches over, touchdown, Virginia!
Welcome to another year of Cavalier Sports Weekly. I'm John-Kevin Dolce, number 59 on the football team. We've got a lot of highlights for you on today's show, but first, let's look back to the spring at a couple national championships.
Shabazz and I came together right before indoors, and we had a great run at indoors, and I've been playing well all season. So it means a lot, you know, coming in as a sophomore, especially kind of taking Dom's place and you know, helping Shabazz win another one means a lot to me.
It was special, obviously. It was a little bit still of a shock just because I was just thinking like really 2 in a row, but at the same time it felt just as good as the first one.
We knew we had a legit shot at winning. We had what it takes, and we knew that. We just knew we had to go out there and give it our best effort and leave it all out on the court. It was pretty exhilarating. I don't even remember what I did. I think I jumped in the air or something, and Shabazz kind of dropped his racket, and we kind of hugged. It was fun.
It's an accomplishment that it's very difficult to come by, and it means a lot to me and also to Drew because we won it together and for the university, so I'm really happy and proud.
They rode well, they rode hard, and they really did set the tone. Our team, you know, saw them launching and saw them come by, and just everybody gets psyched, you know, because those guys were such a dominant performance. So, yeah, they got the ball rolling, and that's what's cool about this final day. You know, the 4 goes first, you know, and so they started it off really well, a great race. That's the kind of stuff, that's the kind of performances that you need to do something that's special like this, and those guys really came through with it.
This is a dream come true, honestly. When I committed to Virginia, I made a commitment to myself that, hey, I'm not leaving here without a national championship, and it's a dream come true. On my last race, being a Cavalier, I can't put into words how excited I am.
The birth of my children and them getting married and me getting married, this is about right there. It's unbelievable. We worked so hard at this. The kids have worked so hard. We've been banging our heads, you know, against the wall for a long time to get this done, and it's a great feeling.
Stay tuned. Virginia game highlights are coming up next. This portion of Cavalier Sports Weekly is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Welcome back to the show. It's finally officially football season. Saturday was our season opener against the Richmond Spiders. Let's check out the highlights.
formation out of the gates. Verica is under center. He will hand it off straight ahead. Perry Jones has daylight, slips a tackle at the 30. He's still going to the 45, across midfield, all the way down to the Richmond 39.
You know, we're nowhere a complete package with the running game. You know, we still need to do some things pass protection-wise and all that, but you know, for the first game, first opportunity after spending, you know, spring practice and early camp, trying to find out who we were. There's some things that we got to work on, but for the most part, you know, I was satisfied with having an opportunity to score 34 points tonight and giving up 13.
Felt pretty comfortable out there, and especially it was the first game of the season. Usually you would expect the offense to maybe be a little bit behind and defenses to be a little bit further ahead, but I think we did an okay job tonight. We still have a lot of things to work on, and we definitely have a big game next week in Los Angeles, so we have a lot to work on.
Coulter Phillips going from left to right. Handoff straight ahead again. Payne plows ahead. He is across the goal line. Touchdown, Virginia. The snap here. Actually, it's Torsch in the backfield. Throws over the middle. He's got Inman. He dives and hauls it in at the 31-yard line.
Very proud of Dontrell. As I said, the catches that he made today, you should see some of the catches he's made in practice. I don't know, maybe some of you guys have seen him, but it's like he's really, hopefully this is the beginning of him becoming a really good player.
Oh, what a grab. It goes over the shoulders.
You know, Keith he's a downhill runner, and he's a big guy, and he's hard to tackle. And as I've always said, he complements a different version of our running game. Perry Jones is a slasher, he jump cut. And, you know, we started running, you know, off tackle, downhill plays, and he tried to use Keith, and a couple times he carried the whole pile.
You don't see many running backs who are kind of in the 6'2", 6'3", 240, maybe 250 range. So, I mean, he's a load to tackle, and he can actually just enforce his will and keep driving his legs and keep picking up yards by moving that pile just because of how big he is.
Mark did a great job, you know, keeping everybody calm. The offensive line, I mean, they were moving guys off the ball the whole game. I mean, it was like we were in control out there. So I give it to the offense. I mean, you know, it seemed like we were all on the same page.
Hand off to Payne. Payne following his blockers. He's moving to the end zone. Puts it in. Did he get it? Yes!
And Roy is a very physical, very emotional, passionate player, and he did a great job, I think, today. You know, I don't know how many tackles for losses he got or tackles, but looked like he was very active. You know, and we're going to need that type of play consistently.
Brick by brick, we're starting one game at a time. We're going to keep building and keep building off this. I mean, the coach said it. We're going to keep doing it. That was then, this is now. So we just got to keep playing hard and keep working hard every day in practice.
Is hit Warren right away, and Reynolds thumps him to the turf. Verica punt fakes now. He is going to air it out, and he's going way deep. That ball is caught. Chris Bird across the 13 to the 11, out of bounds at the 9.
I'm happy for the guys in that room in there because I think, you know, they played hard and they're excited right now about what they just accomplished. But we'll get over that here real quick and get ready for the next game.
He's a good man, a reliable man, a hard-working man, and one of the fiercest football players I've ever seen. Rossai Dowling is your Student Athlete of the Week.
My name is Rossai Dowling.
Here comes the pressure, hangs in there, throws down the field, it's going to be intercepted. Rossai Dowling comes up with another one.
When I just hit the field, I'm like the ultimate warrior, the ultimate gladiator. It's the battlefield out there, and it's like somebody just tested my manhood. And the only thing I could do is really show them that so I can really play. And making plays is the best way you can do it. Not just talking about it, you got to be about it.
Now this guy has no weakness. In everything we've asked him to do, he has done willingly and in a determined manner. Now that's Rossai Dowling.
Rossai is on the face of every team poster because he's the leader. He's been doing this for a while. He has a lot of plays under his belt, a lot of experience under his belt. It's his turn to lead this team. He's going to lead us.
I think it's just an honor, you know, as my team to just even look at me or think of me as being a captain or being a leader. But I really don't see myself as a leader. The greatest person that walked this earth was Jesus. He was a servant. And so I try to mimic myself after him, and I just try to serve my teammates. Serve my teammates the best way I can is on and off the field.
Now, this is what I know about Ross Dowling. As a father and a dad, this is who you get down on your knees and pray that your daughter brings home someday. I mean, that is the type of character that he is. I mean, you would be so proud to call Ross Dowling your son.
From a guy like Coach Reed, just to say something like that is it's truly an honor. You know, he's well respected by many of people, and he's a great guy. He's great to the team right now. As a young man, just trying to live your dream too as well, and you have the opportunity to live it at that very moment. But I really sat down to a couple of guys that's close to me, Coach Poindexter, I really look up to Dace. He was telling me, you know, that he wanted to come back to school, and even the same thing, he wanted to get his degree. You know, that was big to him as well. You know, he didn't have any regrets about coming back. Everything happens for a reason in his eyes, and I feel the same way. God have a plan for everybody. Getting my degree is my goal, and my dream was to make it to the NFL, and I got an opportunity to do both. I sat down with my father as well. A lot of guys do not have that growing up, and that's just a big thing in my life. I just admire him. He's just a hard-working man. Always been in my games, always supporting me, and I can just really talk to him about anything.
We all know that he has NFL skills and he'll have NFL opportunities. And I think with him, you know, he liked school. He liked being here on grounds. He liked his teammates. He liked the experience of playing college football. He didn't want the college football experience to end the way it ended, but he wants to, you know, write one more chapter in his college experience by going out with some of the players that he came in with.
Had this opportunity to go to a university like Virginia. It's one of the best universities in the country, and just having the opportunity to graduate is really an accomplishment to me in my eyes.
This portion of Cavalier Sports Weekly is brought to you by UVA Health Systems.
Welcome back to Cavalier Sports Weekly. Now let's check in with 3 more of our great fall sports: men's soccer, women's soccer, and volleyball.
Training camp has been great. We've been really fortunate to have a lot of depth this year, so the competition's been really, really high, and everybody's been competing quite a bit in practice, and they're competing for each other, making each other better, and that's something we always look forward to, and everyone's going to benefit from that. You got to cut that off, Tess. Tess, you got to cut that ball off, and we'll see. You got to be balanced, but you got to make sure you always put yourself ready to run. So the balls that they tip or throw to the corner, you got to be able to run.
Okay, but when is that? When they call blue?
When blue, or anytime. So let's say the line digger looks like they're gonna tip. If she goes up, you have to go that way. Off blocker, you always got to look for the shot. Shots and tips. There's not a lot of hitters who can hit that ball sharp. You know what I'm talking about, like that? I mean, if they do, great. But at the same time, you're primarily looking for the highest percentage, and the highest percentage is tip shot. And keep staying square to the ball, square up to the ball, square up to the ball. Out, that's out, Nika, that's out. What are we talking about before we start the drill? What's the first thing we got to do a better job of? Communication. Got it? That has to be a habit that we got to practice over and over and over. Everybody has to be on the same page. Okay, get a drink, go right back on the court. We're trying to evaluate who we can count on, and you know, I'm really, really impressed with our start, especially with a lot of the first years and their ability to go out there and ball handle as well as they did today. And again, keep some continuity with what we're doing with all the changes we made in the lineup. So I'm very, very happy.
We're going to finish with a controlled 30 minutes of 11v11, okay? All right, we're going to go for about 10 minutes one way, and then we'll make some kind of wholesale changes. We'll make a couple individual changes. We'll make a couple group changes, okay? We'll do a couple different things. Guys, I'm going to keep talking about it, talk blue in the face. Little balls slipped in, little balls laid off, runners off the ball. That ball comes out after that cross, who picks it up? Oh, on this side. Left back. Automatically up and in position. Automatically. Right? Good stuff. All right, Spanner.
Gregory, we got
something more traditional today.
Wahoo's on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Wahoo's. All right.
Well done, boys.
Even in the first half, after the first, say, 10 minutes or so, we were playing some really good soccer. I mean, really, the first thing I said to the guys at halftime, I have no complaints, but we're going to have to wear them down. Soccer and the technical aspect of our game right now is awesome. I mean, it's really, really good. It's a high level. And we start putting away some of our chances, and good things will happen.
Coming up after the break. This portion of Cavalier Sports Weekly is brought to you by the Virginia Athletics Foundation.
The 2009-2010 school year was one of the most successful in Virginia athletics history, as the athletic department earned its highest ever finish in the Directors' Cup.
Since 1994, the Directors' Cup competition has measured the overall success of the nation's collegiate athletic departments. The Directors' Cup honors institutions that maintain broad-based accomplishments in a range of men's and women's varsity programs. Virginia previously finished 8th in the nation in 1999 and 2009, but collectively, the 2009-2010 Cavalier athletic seasons were the most successful in school history. Led by national champion rowing and men's soccer, the Cavaliers totaled 1,253.25 points for a third-place finish in the Directors' Cup. And for the first time, Virginia was the highest-ranked program of any in the Atlantic Coast Conference. In determining the Directors' Cup rankings, each sport is given equal weight and points are earned based upon final NCAA standings at the conclusion of each sports season, with national champions earning 100 points for their school. The 10 best men's and 10 best women's sports within each athletic department combine to determine each school's total. With nearly 300 universities competing at the Division I level, Virginia became one of only 15 schools to rank in the top 30 of the Directors' Cup standings in each year of the program's existence. The Cavaliers' third-place finish capped off a brilliant year for an athletic department that produced team and individual national champions and a school record 7 ACC championships.
Next weekend, our football team travels to Southern California to take on the USC Trojans. Our men's soccer team is also on the road. But if you're looking to see some great intercollegiate competition in Charlottesville, check out our number 3 ranked field hockey team at home against Northwestern on Monday, and our 7th ranked women's soccer team as they take on the Texas Longhorns on Friday. We'll be back next week with highlights from those games, a full report from Southern Cal, and more great stories and features. I'm John-Kevin Dolce. Thanks for watching Cavalier Sports Weekly, and go Hoos!
Cavalier Sports Weekly is brought to you by Geico, the Virginia Athletics Foundation, the Virginia Lottery, and by UVA Health Systems.